My name is James Wilkerson, and I am the Director of Staff Equity and Diversity, as well as the Deputy Title IX Coordinator at Indiana University Southeast. So, equity versus equality. These are two terms that I think it's easy for people to get them mixed up, right? The two terms, they kind of look alike, they kind of sound alike, they both deal sort of with the same thing, but there are important differences to note. So when we talk about equality, what we're talking about is making sure that everyone has the same opportunities. So let's look at maybe getting a promotion, right? So yeah, there might be certain requirements that the promotion requires, maybe different levels of experience, different levels of education. But if you are past that requirement wall, then everyone should have the same opportunity to get that particular promotion, regardless of your race, regardless of your gender, regardless of anything else. If you're hitting the basic marks, then everyone should have the same opportunity to get that particular promotion. Look at wages. That's another, I think, hot button issue there. So our women and men should both be paid the same amount for the same job. There shouldn't be anything that defers you there. So that's what we talk about when we talk about equality, making sure that the same opportunities are available for everyone. When we talk about equity, though, that's something a little different. Equity allows us to look at people to see where they are at in their journey and to do things to help them get to where everyone else is. So let's look at maybe going on a journey, right? Going on a journey, everyone has a starting point, and then everyone has a destination. But equity takes into account that not everyone's starting point is the same. Some people may start a few steps ahead of others. And so equity takes a look at how we can bring people together on their journey, regardless of where their starting point is, and give them the tools that they need to come up to where everyone else is at on their way to the destination. So I think one practical thing that should definitely be looked at is creating a culture and an environment of communication. Creating a culture of communication between management and between employees. When we look at equity, like I said before, equity looks at people specifically to find out what people need to come up to that level in the journey. So creating a culture of communication creates a scenario where employees are more comfortable coming to management, coming to supervisors and saying, hey, I would like to be considered for this promotion. I would like to be considered to move to this department. I would like to be considered for this raise. And once that communication is established and that thought is out there, then now it's up to management to work with that employee to figure out, okay, what do we need to do to get you to that point? Do you need more training? And if so, how can we get you into that training? Do you need some mentorship? And here are some people that can be your mentor. Do you need different certifications? And if so, okay, how can we help you get those certifications? Maybe we pay for you to get those certifications. Whatever it is, it's working with that employee to get them over that hump and put them in the position that they want to be in to get whatever that final destination point is. And I think that all comes back from having a culture where communication is open, communication can happen freely, and where people aren't nervous to step to the plate to voice kind of what their concerns are and what their desires are. The advice that I would offer someone, we have this saying in the country, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Pull yourself up. If I can do it, you can do it too. But I think one thing that we have to remember when it comes to equity is, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but what about the people that don't have the boot to begin with? What do we do for them, and how can we do for them? One of the biggest lessons that I feel like I've learned in my 37 years is that when you have a blessing, you should share that blessing and figure out ways that you can help others that may not have that blessing yet. So if someone's asking you, what can I do? Take a good self-analysis of yourself. Look at your strengths, look at the ways that you've been blessed, look at the opportunities that you've been given and that you've excelled at, and then try to figure out a way that you can do for someone else. And that someone else might be someone coming right behind you in your field of work. Maybe you can be a mentor to that person. I believe that mentorship is probably one of the strongest tools that we have in a society to keep things moving. So how can you be a mentor to someone coming up? What advice can you give them? What real world experience can you give them? So I think that's the best thing that you can do if you want to do something. Be a mentor and help that person, help reach your hand out and help pull that person up when you can.